Battle starts in 5.
All right, sorry about that. We were getting into things here.
1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
And both teams coming out of spawn. SMSU playing triple support right away. The Storm coming out, the Punisher coming out from SMSU. And SMSU playing on the high ground. Point is going to unlock in 5 seconds. The Fantastic getting taken pretty low here, but now getting healed up. SMSU trying to walk on. It said they don't walk on quite in time. Devoted getting bursted down too much, so SMSU are going to lose site control right away. Punisher putting up the turret, trying to find a lot of damage. Devoted getting taken pretty low here, but SMSU do find a kill with the Storm. Now SMSU going to try to push forward, capitalize on that kill. Magneto taken pretty low, now getting healed up, getting really low. Does get taken out. Both teams down a player. Now SMSU down 2. SMSU going to have to back off and reset here. Gaster gets taken out on the Punisher. A little bit of a break, but 37% given over right away here. And the double tank setup working very good from Roger State so far. SMSU trying to approach Elsa on the side here. Denying SMSU a little bit of engage. SMSU swapped over to the Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl gonna try putting damage downstream. Devoted taken pretty low. SMSU very low here. Hyena now taken very low, down to 1. Does get taken out eventually, but SMSU, they're popping ults on site. They lose 2 players though, for 1. Now the Storm ult is going to come through, and the Eye of Agamotto getting dropped. Both teams popping all their ults. SMSU not finding any kills, and now losing players here as the team fight gets sustained through. Devoted on site, and I don't think SMSU is going to have time to swap to. Nobody swapped to Strange. SMSU a little out of sorts here. Not a good way of starting off the night. Gonna fall down 1-0 on control for Rocco. SMSU gonna take a minute maybe and reset, maybe figure out what was going wrong on that side. This portal is so far away.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
All right, SMSU bringing 3 ults into this round. SMSU swapping off of the triple support, it looks like. Hyena moving over to tank.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Both teams getting out of the gates here. SMSU positioning for the high ground to start. Devoted, take it out very low, take it out very early. The Squirrel Girl ult's gonna go into play, but not finding any kills. Players are taking pretty low though. Now Spider-Man in the back line, looking to try to make a play. SMSU taken very low. Trash gets taken out now. And SMSU getting staggered with 2 players dropping late. Spider-Man on the back line. Trying to find a way in, but not able to. All right, SMSU going into the back line with Spider-Man, taken pretty low. does get shielded and out. Now SMSU are going to try to push forward after that damage that got dealt. Devoted gets pulled in, and here comes SMSU popping their ult, and the Magneto ult tries to come down, but can't find the kill. And now I have a Agamotto going to get popped onto 0 power, pretty low here. SMSU lose caster, but they find 2. And here comes a Luna Snow ult out as well, and a Spider-Man ult into the back line. A lot of ults from both teams being used this fight. SMSU trying to finish off these last few players that are alive and take site. Looks like they should here. And that is their first site control. So far, 65% given up though, and Mr. Fantastic does drop pretty late. That's good for SMSU, a staggered player. Spider-Man goes in and finds a pick onto Luna Snow. That's another big stagger from SMSU. Very nice by 9TP. Able to get that one. I end up pushing up into position here. Squirrel Girl tossing acorns out through the choke point. Staying mobile. SMSU, both tanks a little low. Hyena very low, does get taken out. SMSU lose one really early here. Now Devoted gets taken out. Both tanks getting ran over. SMSU playing too hard in the choke point. Not giving enough room to back up, and that is going to be Sight giving over.
I am ready to put on a show.
SMSU, why are they still fighting here? Trash Stars is going to get staggered. Could have just taken Portal out. I'm not sure about that one. 75%. SMSU did get 49% on their first push.
The area's almost yours.
It's going to come down to one more team fight, it looks like. SMSU need to win this team fight to stay in control on domination. Devoted taken very low right away on the group, but now here comes the Emma ult out into the backline. SMSU pick up 2. Spider-Man wreaking havoc on the backline here. 9TB goes in and finds a lot.
Their team's capture progress
SMSU
is past the halfway point.
do find all 6 of the kills. Now it's going to come down to one more team fight. Winner take all. SMSU die trying to stop the portal. That is not what SMSU needed. And here comes the also ult onto SMSU. Finds the kill onto Caster as well. SMSU trying to heal up, but the Doctor Strange able to find a kill. They need to swap to Strange themselves if they want to contest here. Can't believe they didn't. SMSU. Spider-Man into the back line, trying to find a kill, but not able to. Finds 2 actually. Now SMSU, they need to stay alive. They need players to get here. There's no Strange portal. No one swapped in time. Frustrating, because that was a one fight for SMSU if they just swap Strange and Portal. That should be a control point map 3, but SMSU are unable to do it, and SMSU fall in game 1. Reminder, this is a best of 5, so we'll see what SMSU do to change up their lineup for the next game.
One.
All right, we are back. SMSU will start on attack here on Central Park on Convergence. SMSU did fall in game 1 of the best of 5, but games left to be played. A double support, a C&D and Rocket coming out with the Star-Lord.
Battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
And SMSU coming out. And the interesting part of this map is this early brawl. This point can either take forever or go very quickly. It doesn't feel like there's much in between. Oh, and SMSU find a kill onto the Star-Lord. That's a good start. Devoted now is going to try taking some space on the Magneto. SMSU trying to keep him healthy while he does so. Now Trash going to look for a pull, and SMSU find a second kill. The Phoenix working very well. The revive comes through, reviving the Fantastic from Rocket, but SMSU should have an advantage here. Can they finish off any kills? Devoted now taken very low. No supports really in range, cycling some ability to stay up, but no, it gets dropped. SMSU lose one as well, and that is SMSU losing the fight after what looked to be a great start. Getting staggered a little bit here. SMSU gonna come back out. And Devoted gets pulled in again, but now cycling a shield. SMSU have some ults available. They're hoping to be able to take sight with them. 2 ults on the other side. Here comes a Phoenix ult, and that is going to find a kill. Onto the Star-Lord, but he is going to get revived from the Rocket. The Cloak and Dagger ult comes out. The Magneto ult gets blocked. SMSU lose 1. SMSU trying to capitalize, though. They have that Cloak and Dagger ult on site. Here comes Star-Lord ult out, but SMSU are able to kite it out quite a bit here with the Mantis. And now here comes Emma ult onto SMSU's backline. Fantastic ult as well. SMSU get taken very low, and they lose 2. They lose 3, and the counter ult's coming out here from Roger State is picking up SMSU and not able to win that fight. 1:44 left on the clock. Trash Stars trying to back off here. Now SMSU pushing forward. Swapping to the Moon Knight. And Trash does pick up a kill onto the Rocket right away. That is a good start, and here comes Moon Knight ult. That is in a good position. They're separating these tanks. SMSU have found 2. They find 3. Now the Rocket has respawned, but SMSU pushing forward, trying to find the kills. Star-Lord onto Bucky here on the side. Can SMSU win this fight? They finally do find the kill on the Star-Lord. Can they finish off the rest of them now? As they're all respawning, SMSU hasn't found any pressure onto site. SMSU lose 2. They don't take site with that many picks. Very frustrating. Is SMSU going to get rebuffed again? SMSU, 30 seconds left. No Strange portals, as Strange was banned this game. SMSU have 3 ults available. Maybe they didn't want to overcommit, but that really costed them. They've had this Jeff ult for a long time. Here's Cloak and Dagger ult going out onto site. And Cloak does get in a good position. They're going to spit out with Rocket. Jeff is going to die right away, but here comes the Bucky ult. Can they finish off some of these kills and get some resets? They do get 1, but no more, and the Star-Lord ult is wiping out SMSU. Oh no, SMSU. 0% gained in domination.
Current score is 0-0. You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
All right. SMSU gonna need a heroic stop here. only thing they can do is force an overtime.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
And they're going to play the Rocket here. The Moon Knight. Penny coming out as well. Some very defensive characters coming out from SMSU. SMSU trying to find a way to protect the nest, it looks like.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2.
That is pretty sneaky.
All you need to do is capture the mission area.
Do all the bombs? Oh, they don't move though. I don't know if that's even a good strategy. Makes the nest hard to kill, but the bombs don't get put in a good position. Goated playing this corner pretty hard. Now backing up as he takes damage. Now backing forward. Fantastic. Trying to wall him off. SMSU do find a kill on to the Rocket. Now a kill on to the Star-Lord. SMSU have found a couple picks right away. SMSU find another one. Now they're pushing forward, trying to find more. The revive comes through though. Both teams at full. Now Mr. Fantastic taken out as well. SMSU gonna back up a little bit as another player gets popped and Cloak and Dagger ult gets canceled as she dies at the beginning there. Now SMSU with the Bucky find another kill. SMSU doing great to start off this side. 1 minute, 20 seconds burned. SMSU have a bunch of ults available. Need to burn another 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Here comes a Moon Knight ult. Defending the position. Here comes a Groot ult. SMSU find a team wipe, it looks like, from that. SMSU need to make sure they don't lose anyone for this. Devoted taken very low. Very, very low. Does get healed up here. SMSU find another kill onto the Emma. They should back up a little bit here. They're playing a little too aggressive. Reset back to a normal state. And here comes a Squirrel Girl all onto SMSU's position. Doesn't find anyone though. But Groot drops as the Rocket ult comes into play. And SMSU lose Trash as well. SMSU down 2 players, 3 players now. SMSU not ulting in time, and that is going to be game, unfortunately. SMSU not popping enough defensive ults. And that is point 2 going over to Roger. SMSU will be right back with game number 3. All right, we are back. SMSU on attack first for Convoy.
3, 2, 1.
And SMSU swapping things up, letting the Gambit through this time. SMSU playing it right away. Both teams on Rogue, interestingly. Devoted taken pretty low. Now getting healed up, and Caster does find a kill onto Cloak. Devoted taken low into the back line, but now is finding more pressure, and SMSU find a second kill onto the Magneto. Sight is pushing very quick. SMSU with a very nice start, but Bucky taken very low. 9 TB, getting healed up now. And SMSU find 2 more picks. SMSU pushing forward. They find a third, and they're really taking it to him now. SMSU find 4 kills, and the Sight has been moving this whole time.
Better stop that vehicle.
SMSU finally finding a little bit of success here, and that should be point taken. Very solid start from SMSU. Now we'll see what my camera work inside this building can look like. The Moon Knight ult gonna get popped, no kills given over. SMSU find a lot of damage onto Emma though. Emma very low. SMSU do finish off the kill. Rogue creating some havoc in the backline. SMSU do lose 2 though. 2 Squirrel Girl, and SMSU might need to reset a little bit here. SMSU lose a 3rd. SMSU fighting without all their players. Trash gets 1 player very low, but now has to back up. Getting healed, now gets taken out. A huge stagger again. SMSU not playing together enough here. Rogue jumping out. Magneto able to shield it off. Now Caster gets picked up by Bucky in the back line. Some headshots coming through, and Gambit ult coming onto SMSU's position. SMSU needs to back off here, and there comes a Bucky ult onto SMSU's members. They lose 2, they lose 3, and Bucky is resetting into SMSU's spawn. SMSU gonna heal up. SMSU do have 5 ults available for the next fight. See if they can use those to find a team fight win of their own. Now they're gonna pop the Rogue ult plus the Gambit ult, and they're gonna try to find some damage. No kills given over just yet. Now Bucky ult getting popped into the backline. SMSU find 1. Now Moon Knight ult into the backline. SMSU find 2, 3, and 4, 5 kills and 6 kills taken. SMSU popped a couple ults there, and they do win the team fight for it. 3 ults still available, though, to just the 1 of Roger. SMSU should have maybe 1 more person on site. Caster taking a little bit of damage early. Crash getting that shield out. SMSU get most of site number 2 taken, and there goes Rogue into the back line, and Emma all being combined here. SMSU trying to find kills, but the Cloak ult healing them up. SMSU pop a Cloak ult of their own. They lose 9 TB on the Bucky though, and 0 power taken pretty low. SMSU should spend a couple more ults if they have them. No, they don't have them available. Bucky ult onto SMSU, and Devoted eventually does fall. SMSU look to be being taken out here. Another ult gets committed, and SMSU should lose this fight. Doesn't look like SMSU can do much, but Trash stays alive, and 0 power, can he get out of this? He does, and SMSU actually save a little bit of time with those players living. And SMSU trying to build up ults here. Now they have 2 ults available. Moon Knight ult gets popped, but it doesn't hit where they wanted it to. SMSU eventually do find the kill. Devoted into the backline. Squirrel Girl ult onto SMSU. SMSU's trying to find the finish of these kills. Moon Knight is down for now, but the Cloak and Dagger ult from both teams getting popped. Kind of a confusing team fight. SMSU pushing forward. The Bucky ult gets popped. Gets it on 2, but SMSU not going to be able to finish off those kills, I don't think. SMSU lose Bucky. SMSU, it looks like they've been stonewalled here. They're going to pop the Emma ult, but I don't know if it is enough. SMSU do find the Gambit. Can they find the Cloak? The Cloak is 1 HP. They need to finish the Cloak. They do finish the Cloak eventually. That costs them 2 players of their own. Now with 2 players from both teams dead, 3 players from Roger. SMSU lose Trash, but SMSU should be able to win this fight on site if Cloak and Dagger can stay alive. No, does get taken out. Devoted trying to finish off, does finish off that kill. And here comes the other DPS players from SMSU, but Devoted is low, no healers available. Now getting healed up though, as the player gets here, and SMSU find another kill, but the site hasn't quite gotten there yet. They find another, they lose 0 power though. No healers again, and they lose Moon Knight, Caster on Moon Knight. SMSU do pick up the Magneto, and they're trying to finish this site take. They do get it! Maybe a mistake there, giving SMSU too much room. SMSU gonna continue pushing forward, and their spawn is close nearby now. They find another kill onto the Emma. No player behind them anymore. And SMSU pushing up here. SMSU find another kill. Bucky finds 2. 9 TB on the Bucky. Finding a lot of kills, a lot of pressure. One of the catalysts for SMSU having success on this push from Convoy. And 9TB finds a hook, and SMSU, can they finish off that kill? They do! SMSU find 2 kills right away. The Bucky ult gets popped. SMSU, can they find the kills here? Bucky has to jump out defensively, but he's now pushing forward, doing more damage. And SMSU look to have won a fight, maybe. And here comes the Cloak and Dagger on site. SMSU are able to take him out, and that ult is gone. A Moon Knight ult onto SMSU's position is going to pick up 1, pick up 2. SMSU trade 1 back of their own as they're trying to push forward and prevent them from touching, and they don't touch. SMSU get all 3 points with a minute remaining. Now they'll be on defense, and we'll see what they can do on defense.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one. Seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Wealth, good looks, business acumen.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Here we are, SMSU on defense this time, and Caster getting put under pressure right away, getting healed up now. SMSU maybe has to give up the high ground right away. And then Iron Man coming out onto SMSU. SMSU gonna have to find a way of doing that, and the Bucky just barely misses. Trash getting taken very low, getting healed up a little bit, but SMSU are very low now, able to reset for a moment. Devoted trying to wall off the healers. SMSU really trying to capitalize and find these kills, and SMSU do find the kill and get out. Little dangerous little maneuver there, and now Squirrel Girl gets pulled in and pops the ult onto SMSU. SMSU are able to dodge out and find 2 kills though. Rogue trying to go in, do some damage. And SMSU walls are really doing a lot here on the Groot. SMSU find another kill onto the Iron Man. SMSU maybe giving a little too much space here. And here comes the M-ult onto SMSU's lineup. Are they ready to deal with it? They're taken low. They lose 2 members. SMSU lose 3. Now Caster gonna pop Moon Knight ult onto site, but not able to find any kills. SMSU gonna contest the death, it looks like here. And they're going to try to get here in time to contest. SMSU should be able to contest. Their tank should respawn and get here in time. So there should be 1 more team fight before this site is given over. And the Gambit ult gets popped here. SMSU looking forward, but the Iron Man, it hits 2 right away. SMSU are fighting from a losing position here. Can they find the team fight anyway? Zero Power gets taken out. Now Cloak ult comes up just a tiny bit too late. SMSU are going to heal and stall on site here. The best they can really do is stall right now. They only have 2 members versus 6. They're just trying to buy as much time as possible, and Cloak is going to get the Cloak off. The Groot ult comes into play. Now here comes the Bucky ult. Can they finish off these kills? No, they can't. Unfortunate from SMSU. And that is going to be site given over, unfortunately. But a good start. SMSU got to back off. They moved over to the Punisher. Punisher putting in a little bit of damage here. Now SMSU got to regroup a little bit. Spider-Man 9TB changing off the Bucky. SMSU need a good hold here. This is one of the sites that is the most difficult to get for attackers. Spider-Man going in a little bit. Here comes the Emma ult onto most of their team. Can Spider-Man find some kills? He finds one. He finds two. SMSU lose two of their own, but they should win the team fight as they have found 4 now. 5 and 6. SMSU win the team fight. No ults available on SMSU though, and 3 ults available from Rogers State. So SMSU gonna have to play really careful. Most of their members are halfway to ult. Trash being the only one with not very much. So SMSU want to stall for those ults if possible. The Gambit ult gonna get popped. SMSU should give some space here. And that's why you give this space. SMSU lose a player right away due to over-aggression. And here comes Rogue into SMSU's backline. Spider-Man taking pretty low. Now getting healed up. SMSU doing good damage to Rogue. Rogue is maybe killable, but the Squirrel Girl ult comes onto SMSU's backline. There's a lot of damage, but no kills. Now SMSU do have a bunch of ults available. And here comes Gaster with the Punisher ult, but no healers on him. He's trying to find kills. He's doing a lot of damage. And SMSU are going to win this team fight. They overused ults, I think, a little bit. No, just 3 ults. I mean, 3 is quite a bit, but they do win the team fight. And they're stalling a lot of time here on Convoy. 1 minute, 40 seconds left for Rogers State to either get to the next checkpoint or they will lose. If they get to the next checkpoint, they'll be given some extra time. And they jump right on. Trash Stars getting his ability stolen by Rogue. Spider-Man into the back line, finds 1, does find 2. Spider-Man doing work over here. And SMSU should be able to take the rest of them out here. They're trying to get out, but they're getting staggered as SMSU will have 6 people still alive. Very important team fight win for SMSU. And they only used Spider-Man ult that time. That is a very efficient team fight win. Only needing that 1. They do have Devoted and Trash ults. The Emma and Magneto. And Spider-Man plus Punisher with plus Caster are able to find that one. And here comes Emma ult onto their opponents here. SMSU trying to see the backline so Spider-Man can find a kill. He does find 1. Now the Invis ult gonna get popped, and SMSU tried dunking the Invis. Doesn't quite find the kill though. SMSU haven't lost anyone yet, and here comes the Punisher ult out onto their team. SMSU did lose 1, but they find 1 back. Find 2. Can they find 3? The Rogue is so very low. They do find 3 and 4. 9TB finds that win, and SMSU 6 seconds left. They should have this. They're able to kill these players on site. It does go into overtime though. 9TB does get out there, and now SMSU with the re-engage. Gambit trying to kite out. SMSU trying to find that kill. They do, and overtime is going to end here. SMSU take their first game of the series. It is now 1-2. SMSU. We will be right back with game number 4. All right, we are back for game number 4. SMSU wins this one, and it's tied up going into the last game mode. If SMSU loses this one, unfortunately, that will be the series for them. Quite a bit of draft changes from both teams coming out again. Thing has been unbanned, so SMSU gonna go ahead and lock that one in. NTB getting taken pretty low right away, has to jump out. SMSU a little scattered. They're playing the high ground. Now site is going to unlock. They want to get on site before it caps, and Thing does just that. SMSU jumping in with their tanks, but Trash is taken very low. SMSU do find 2 kills though. 3 kills. SMSU running them over right away. The Thing really causing a lot of space. This is the reason why it was banned before. SMSU pushing forward. Thing taken kind of low now, but SMSU are able to find 2 stagger kills, and now Spider-Man gonna try to jump out, trying to cause havoc, and SMSU need to give them a little bit of space. Back up a little bit and reset. Spider-Man needs to get in a better position where he can jump the back line a little bit easier. Caster playing the high ground for now. Doing a lot, and SMSU taking a lot of damage on their tanks, and that is 1 down. Probably both of them. Trash is so low here, and SMSU do lose everyone. SMSU not able to get out here. The Magic causing issues on SMSU's backline. %38% taken on their first push. Roger State now has it. About 20%. SMSU going to be approaching. Both teams don't have any ults available. And here's Magic into SMSU's backline. Caster taken very low. SMSU have 2 players so low. They do both live though, and now SMSU pushing on his site, but Thing gets taken out. Spider-Man disengaging for now. SMSU down a player. They're trying to fight here. Here comes the Luna ult. SMSU trying to live through the Eye of Agamotto here. And here comes Caster popping ult, trying to deal damage. Doing a lot of damage to Strange here. Strange shield is going to get popped, but the Invis ult on site, and SMSU now lose Trash, and ults being popped by both teams. SMSU still doesn't have site control. Roger State is collecting percent all this time. And now the team fight comes out, and SMSU lose 2. And there's 3. SMSU off to the, on their back foot right away here. Spider-Man is going to get found out here. Is going to get the disengage, though.
The area is almost yours.
82%. Is SMSU going to go for a portal here? No, they're not going to swap to the Strange. They need to contest relatively soon. 90% now given. Hyena trying to find a way in. Is just going to run on through, but he's going to take a lot of damage. And here comes an Emma ult onto the back line. SMSU trying to capitalize and find these kills. But no kills really given over during the Emma ult. SMSU still pushing forward and trying to find a lot of pressure. SMSU do lose a support to the Doctor Strange, and here comes Eye of Agamotto onto SMSU's backline. That is going to be all the supports dying. SMSU need to swap to Strange and try to get here. Devoted did swap, but I don't think it's going to be fast enough. The first half of control going to Roger State. SMSU, what are they going to swap in between rounds of domination here? They're going to the Squirrel Girl.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
And keeping... Oh, wait, they have triple DPS here. Do they know they only have 1 support? They really need to be looking at their team. 1 support is just not enough in the current game state. 1 support. Okay, there is the second support. Triple support.
All you need to do is capture the mission area.
Swapping a lot of people at the last second there. But SMSU gonna get on site right away. Not playing the high ground this time. And Trash jumping into the back line on Magic. Devoted taken pretty low, but SMSU do find a kill onto a support, a very important first kill. And SMSU trying to push forward and capitalize. They do get site control. Now backing up to deal with the Magic, and they find the kill on the Magic. Now they're gonna look for a re-engage. Thing jumping right in. Emma is very low. SMSU find that kill. And SMSU have found two. Can they find the Strange? They find a third. Now one of them has respawned, but SMSU jumping forward and finding more and more kills. Thing pretending like he's gonna go in, getting out. SMSU with a great team fight win. 4 ults available from both teams. SMSU about to have all 6 of their ults available. 6 ults to 5 ults. Dr. Strange is not quite a bit of the way to his ult as well. And here comes the Luna Snow ult. And here comes Darkchild. SMSU gonna try to jump them through these support ults. Everyone on both teams are popping their ults. Hyena taken very low, does get in and out, and he does drop eventually. Darkchild is popped from Roger State. Now Jeff ult into the back line, trying to kidnap some players for now. He's getting chased. SMSU do get a kill onto the enemy Magic, but they should probably lose Jeff here. As he is able to get out. At the end of it, SMSU 2 ults available to 1 ult. Devoted on the Strange, something we hadn't seen so far. And Eye of Agamotto onto SMSU's backline, and SMSU lose Thing, and SMSU's Strange gets 3. 3 for 2. SMSU technically are up 1. They do have to reestablish the positions though, and there they are able to and win the team fight. Very well done from SMSU. 93%. One player trying to stall for as long as possible. 96, 97. Can SMSU get it? And they do. No one's there to contest. We're going to round 3 of domination on game 4. A must-win game for SMSU.
Before you attack, get ready. The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
All right, SMSU jumping onto the back line. Hyena does find a kill right away. SMSU starting it off right. Find a kill onto the Scarlet Witch. SMSU trying to CC them in this position. Oh, Devoted is in a dangerous spot. Here comes a Jeff ult trying to find more. Jeff spitting out his teammates trying to kidnap some enemies. Where's he going with them? Spits them all the way back towards spawn. Now trying to get out himself. He does get out. I don't know if that was an interesting ult from Jeff, but it did work. SMSU did win the fight, and they're going to start off with about 30% here before Roger State can start putting up a fight. Here comes a lot of ults being contested, and SMSU are able to interrupt the Scarlet ult and find a kill onto Emma. Now SMSU popping ults of their own, trying to stay alive, but they lose 3 to the Dr. Strange ult. Too much in DPS mode from Luna Snow. SMSU are going to lose that fight. I think a mistake there, staying in DPS mode from Luna ult, not healing the team. SMSU got 47% on that first team fight win. Now they're down ults though. Scarlet now is ult back available. It comes off half cooldown if it gets interrupted. Hyena jumping in, taking quite a bit of damage, but is able to get out and get healed. SMSU trying to find a way in. The Luna ult gonna get popped. Now Hyena trying to jump out for now. Here comes the thing, or the Jeff ult onto the back line. Scarlet ult goes into play, but nobody dies to it. Jeff jumps down with 2 people, and SMSU should win the team fight off the back of a Jeff ult. There's all 6 of them. SMSU, the great start to the map, 46% at Roger State, but now SMSU have control at 53%. Crash playing a nice off angle here, trying to catch people unaware. SMSU's tanks playing right around this door, trying to make this a very hard chokehold to get past. The other team picks the thing to try to deal with it, and SMSU, they lose caster to a Hawkeye arrow. Hawkeye coming out, and here comes Magic into the back line. SMSU not finding any kills yet. They do pop Invis ult, and here comes the Eye of Agamotto, and that is going to find 2 kills. This Doctor Strange is a problem. SMSU get wiped by the Doctor Strange ult.
You've captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
They've got to find a better way of dealing with this Doctor Strange. It's been a problem in every game. SMSU 2 ults available to 2 ults from Roger State. Here comes clobbering time out a little early. Can SMSU live through it? No, they can't. They lose 2. SMSU need to back off as Hawkeye picks up a 3rd. They need to back up and look for a Strange portal onto site when Strange respawns. %88% to 88%. Here comes the Strange portal. Both teams knew it was going to happen. Devoted gets CC'd right away. He gets picked off. SMSU down 2, down 3. Oh no, this is a disaster. Did not work. SMSU need to stall for their team to get back, but I don't know if they're going to be able to. SMSU lose everyone. Can they get here on time on the captain? He's trying, but he gets blocked. SMSU, unfortunately, are going to fall 3-1 in this game tonight. A very difficult, very close domination there. The Doctor Strange, really the MVP of the series, if I had to say anyone had MVP. Very difficult game for SMSU. But they will be back on Tuesday with more Marvel Rivals, so definitely tune in for that game.